Hello everyone, this is MJPW, and welcome back. This is not typically one of the items that I would be reviewing on my channel, but because, I don't usually buy action figures or anything like that anymore. I really like the, like the big props, like the big stuff, or I guess some popcorn buckets, even though I recently kind of downscaled and I sold and got rid of a lot of them. So some of those videos you might seen before, I probably don't have those anymore, but that's neither here nor there. I think that's the correct way to use that. But anyway, so this is the new NECA Terrifier Art the Clown Ultimate figurine. Just came out. Like, I'm sure that these are gonna start popping up in the stores pretty soon, but the packaging looks fantastic, of course. There's so many different ways to customize this figure. This one, in comparison to a lot of the Ultimate figurines, has so much customization options. I think it's just because of how expressive art is, and the fact that art comes with what would be 4 different faces, so that would be the equivalent to another character as like 4 different heads or something like that. And the only closest thing I could think of that would be like Chucky or something like that, having like different heads that have different expressions, like the doll form, or something of that kind of nature. But no, Art has very, very expressive emotions, even though he is something like a mime type character. There is one accessory that this does not come with that I think is iconic to Art, and also, unfortunately, how I would probably display him. He doesn't come with a horn. Art the Clown figurine doesn't come with a horn. I may end up, like, making one out of, like, clay or something like that. I don't know, I probably won't, but, with so many accessories that I will probably never even display it with, like, most of these I would not even, bother with, like a gun, or, like, what, is that a screw? Like, was it a drill, maybe? His hacksaw. It's so hard to see, it's a little grainy. Lighting's not the best. And there's an itty-bitty tiny little scalpel that I'm sure won't get lost. And he also comes with, like, this doll, which I think was, like, in the first movie or something. There was, like, a lady that was carrying around. It's been a very long while since I've seen Terrifier 1. But yeah, he came with so many accessories that I'll probably never even touch. But he didn't come with a horn. Did he use a horn in the first movie? Is that what this is going to be, like, based on? Is that why he didn't do it? Or is the horn going to come with a, like a sequel figure? Is it going to be, like, I know that they're doing a Santa one also that looks fantastic. I bet the horn comes with that one for sure. But if the Santa one comes with, like, the freeze tank thing that he used, I can guarantee that I'm probably going to display it with that. Unless I just do, like, a general kind of expressive look for him. But this, yeah, he looks fantastic. We're going to open him up and check him out. He also has, like, a little trash bag. So at least he's got that, But anyway, let's open him up. Alright, I got him all unpackaged and opened, and I'm pretty positive I have all of the accessories laid out. The reason why I say that is because when I went to open the packaging, all of the pieces kind of, like, fell out of the thing. I'm pretty sure that everything is here, though. I triple checked, or double, I don't know. Look at this figurine. Isn't that so cool. I mean, you know, he doesn't have many, you know, he's a very simple design for what he is. Oh, this is actually rubber. It's not even like a hard plastic. That's interesting. I wonder why they did that. Because they could have just made that a hard plastic and like it really probably wouldn't have even mattered. That's interesting that they did that. Is there articulation in there? I think so. That's okay. So they did it that way so it could have more articulation. So there's a you can crunch him down inside of there. Obviously he's got articulation in his shoulder. Sorry, I'm not very you know, I'm not good like the other people who might review figurines. Obviously right here at his elbows. He is very stiff, but you know, he literally just came out and he's fresh out the packaging, so I expected him to be pretty stiff. His hands, I'm sure, will rotate. Maybe. But because of his cuff, it might... Well, that's rubber too, as well, so it may not even have any issue. It's hard to tell if his wrist will rotate. Maybe a little bit. Not like very fluent, but you know, it could just be because he's stiff. His legs can also rotate on a ball. His knees, same case. It almost looks like it would just swivel, but there is like a ball joint there. From the front, it looks like it would just swivel or something. Ankles. It's so hard to do this with one hand. I think most people have like tripods or something. Yeah. That, I believe, is also on a ball. And since he's got big old feet because of the clown shoes, he can stand on his own fairly easily. It's not super difficult to make him stand up, but you know, depending on your angle of how you have him, though, he might fall. If the table gets bumped, he might shake her a little bit. How hard is it to pull his face off? Can I do it one-handed? You can do it one-handed. Wow. I can't imagine his hands and stuff would be super hard to pull out as well. I think I'll probably display with that face, honestly. All right. Looky there. All right. I'm going to set him up, and I'll set up his trash bag and everything. I'll set him up like how I will probably display him. So here he is with the hacksaw in hand. Sorry, the weather is like not wanting me to record this video. In fact, the power keeps going off as I've been trying to record this. So I gave him a different expression, as you just saw a minute ago. I changed up his pose just a little bit, as well as the hacksaw and a different hand. And the other accessories I did put into his trash bag. I didn't put all the other hands or the faces or the tiny, tiny little weapons or these, because I think I may change it out. I'm going to see in just a second, depending on, you know, how we're vibing with it. If you did want to see this hand with the scalpel, if I don't lose it, I wanted to show you, like, you can get it in there, but, like, getting it to stay is, like, super sketch. But, you know, there is an easy fix for this. It's a little thing I like to call super glue. Because, I mean, what else is this hand going to be used for? Did you see how like, easy it just, like, moves out? Sorry, it's just not one to focus. It just moves way, way too easy, you know. But if your case or whatever you're going to have him displayed on, you know, doesn't move, or if you got some super glue and you don't care about, you know, super gluing that accessory, yeah, go for it. But I don't feel comfortable because I feel like my case is gonna move, and he's gonna wobble, knock over, or bump, and that little scalpel is just gonna be gone one day. But yeah, his other accessories are up in here. I'm gonna change out his hand, or the hacksaw, to one of these, and I'm gonna see. So with that, I'm gonna change the face as well, just so you can see that too. One other thing I did want to tell you about, though, it was not very difficult, but it was goodness. It wasn't very difficult or anything with like swapping out the hands. However, when I did go to turn it, like turn the hand or pull it out, the paint job for on this wrist part specifically, like, you know, where it goes down and comes back up, the paint job was like, you could see white, where it was like, it was clearly getting messed up already. Oh yeah, look, you can see that. So be extremely careful. It's because it's like it's not a hard plastic, it's like rubbery. That's the reason why it's like that. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. It's starting to come down like cats and dogs outside, so hopefully the power don't go out again. But, so this hand, I tried to fit this butcher knife into this hand, but this hand's, like, palm is, like, way too big. I don't know if maybe I had loosened it too much because of the hacksaw, but it was just way too loose in that hand, and it was just going to fall out. So I did it for the left hand. I will say, though, it was kind of difficult to fit in that left hand into there, especially with the knife. For some reason, it's like, you know, it's barely in there. You can see there's actually a gap, too. Maybe it's just because the knife needs to, like, go up, but I figured it would be a cool little shot to make it look like it was stabbing. This was alright, though. It's pretty okay. I don't think it'll fall out or anything. So maybe the knife needs to go up. I tried to do it both ways in this hand, though. It was just way too loose. Also, I wanted to point out, too, I think the body of him, I mean, I don't know, but, like, it seems to be fairly skinny. I know that David Howard Thornton is pretty skinny, but I don't know, his body just seems like almost Scooby-Doo, Shaggy type thin, to the point where it's like the head almost like it looks like like the detail went into the head, but then the body just kind of doesn't go with it, if that makes sense. I mean, I might just be overthinking it, but I don't know. It just looks like the head is a lot more suited, but the body isn't. Like, doesn't it look like so much bigger? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And for chuckles, I figured I would throw in the extra where it was like, you know, the he's so done with it look, as well as the gun. So you definitely have a lot of options to go with for what you want to... The weather is like not giving up. It's got so many different options for what you want to go with and how you want to display them. Yeah, it's almost... This is the cardboard piece that was inside of the bag. I don't know why that's there. I dumped that out so I could get to the gun. I literally had to go through his bag to find his weapon. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm not totally sure how I'm going to display him. I might could even just bite the bullet and just go with this look, honestly. Which I know, you know, this or the hacksaw is probably the way to go. But, you know, it's just such a tiny little piece that I would be like, man, like, you know, like if I got attached to that look, and, you know, I wouldn't be able to have that look anymore if it got lost. But anyway, I could go through different poses and different weapons and faces all day, different combinations, but I'd really like to know how you guys plan to display one of these if you happen to be getting it. I'm sure stores are probably going to be getting these pretty soon, like Walmart or Target. I got this directly from NECA, and yeah, I think it's a 10 out of 10. Can't wait to see the second figurine. I'm sure it's going to be bloody with a horn. I want that horn. I'll probably take the accessories from that one and mix it into this one, as well as the Santa art, depending on how that comes out. But yeah, we'll see when it comes down to that time. I don't know if we'll have a review video for then, but we will see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.